P-Funk. That's what that is. That's that there P-Funk. Boosie Collins, baby. Boosie Collins, baby. Alright. This is what we talking about. Urban Therapy with Sun752. This your daily go get 'em is the number 382 for October 20th, 2015. What I want to talk to y'all about today. Certain terms we use when we growing up, and we kind of know the meaning of them, and we don't take them that seriously when we're younger because, you know, we doing our thing. We're really just trying to learn. So, I remember when I was a young boy, when I was a young cat, we would talk about, you know, dating somebody that was out of your league. So that kind of meant that if somebody, like, in terms of if it was a girl, she was really pretty, and maybe she grew up in a really good family, or her family had a couple of dollars or something like that, she was considered to be out of our league, which was kind of stupid because we all lived around the same way. We're not talking about no uptown girl. We're not talking about somebody, you know, that lived far away that was really enjoying a different kind of social status than we were. It's just that when you're young and you don't understand certain things, you look at things in a different way than what they really are. Like, none of us knew that when we were younger that all of us had problems that went on inside the home. If we knew each other like that, and when we knew what was going on inside the homes of our friends, but for a lot of our associates, we just didn't understand a lot of those things. So what we're talking about tonight is terms like someone being out of your league, marrying up, and upgrading. We use those terms nowadays, and they're supposed to mean that you broke up with somebody, and that, well, not marrying up. We'll get to that in a minute. But when we talk about upgrading, you know what I mean? Think about the song by Beyonce that had Jay-Z in it, and they were talking about upgrading. So basically, what they're talking about is somebody that has more money and may be prettier or more handsome or something like that. That's supposed to be an upgrade. So, you know, people get caught up in these types of sayings, and they do it without really understanding what they're saying to somebody, or even saying to themselves. Like, if you upgrade, if you break up with somebody, you know, you've been in a relationship with somebody and y'all break up, and now you're going for an upgrade. What does that really mean about the person that you broke up with? First of all, I think it's a dangerous position to put yourself in, because when you break up with a person, if you're still in love with them or you still love them, there's probably a good chance that you're going to get back with them. So if you start talking about terms like upgrading and all of that, that means that you've already settled for less. And when it comes to your heart, I don't see how you could ever settle for less when it comes to your heart. Now, when it comes to your pocket, when it comes to your wallet, when it comes to your bank account, yeah, you may have settled for less. But think about it. If you are in a relationship for monetary reasons alone, then you probably shouldn't really be in a relationship where love is a factor. That's just my personal feelings on it. You know, all right. Well, you know, I'm going to stop there with that, with the whole upgrading thing. But okay, now let's go to the whole um, dating somebody that's out of your league, or pursuing somebody that's out of your league. Like, what does that mean? What does it mean when somebody is out of your league? Does that mean that means that they can't be seen with you? Like, there's a problem, you know, with them being with you or with you being with them? Like, okay, I don't like situations where it seems like you're dissing yourself. I don't see any reason why anybody should feel bad about who they are, where they come from, who they've met, who they've known, or even things that you've done. You shouldn't be ashamed of them, because we all make mistakes. Sometimes we make mistakes because we were doing bad things on purpose, but nonetheless we had to learn. And if you made it through those times, then you don't have anything to be ashamed of. If anything, you should be proud that you went through those things, and that you made it through, and that you're still here. So when you talk about somebody being out of your league, we always talk about money. You know, I don't like to seem like I'm against money, but I don't like the way money does things to certain people. Certain people just can't handle having dough because they really do change. You know, people say that they won't change when they get this money, but I mean, and I can see that being the case if you've worked towards getting money and you got it slow. But if it gets heaped on you in kind of a quick fashion, sometimes it does change people because you get around other people in different cultures and stuff like that, and they may make you put off other people that you've known. People start fronting. So when you talk about somebody that's out of your league, so basically you're putting yourself down. You're saying that I'm nothing and they're everything. So I'm going to probably have to do something deceptive to make them think that I'm equal with them, or I'm going to have to bust my ass in order to get to the social status and financial status that they are on in order to nab them. That kind of takes away everything from the heart. Because the way I think is the most important thing is how a person makes you feel and the way you feel about somebody else when it comes to a relationship. I don't know if I'm off base with that, but I think that that's the most important part. So nobody can really judge whether somebody is an upgrade for you or a downgrade for you, because the thing in here is what counts. If somebody in it, if somebody you know makes your heart do that, that's the person for you. That's the only upgrade that you have to be concerned with. If they don't do it for you, eventually you're going to get away from that person. You're going to stop messing with them. That's the way it goes. So ain't nobody out of your league. I don't care if they are members of social, what they call them, members of country clubs, or they have a yacht or whatever. That's money. And sometimes people with money are the most shallow people that you'll ever meet. It doesn't make them a good person. It just makes them a person that that a lot of people would love to victimize. I ain't feeling all that. You know what I mean? That's not my thing. Now, when we talk about marrying up, that means that you married somebody for the money, basically. When you marry up, that means that somebody has a lot more money than you. So it's like they chose you. How did you hook this fish? You know, they had millions and you only make thousands, low thousands. You know what I mean? Let's say you make $30,000 a year and they make millions. So by considering yourself to have married up, that gives them the green light to be able to abuse you. That's what people don't seem to understand. That gives people, if you consider somebody to be an upgrade or better than you, out of your league, or you're marrying up, that means that you have put their financial status ahead of your own happiness. And that's number one. You have given them the green light to control you and abuse you. Number two, because they already know that because of their money, people are always going to flock to them. They ain't going to love them, but they're going to flock to them because they want some of that money too. Number three, you've taken your heart out of the situation. How can you take yourself out of how can you take your heart out of a situation that you're going to need to sustain that relationship going forward? It's not a smart thing to do. It's not a good thing to do. And people fall victim to this kind of thing all the time. It's human nature. You know, in this capitalistic society that we live in the United States, we perpetuate that kind of thinking, and we even support that kind of thinking. Like, you know, as long as the ends justify the means, it's all right. So that's basically somebody telling you that it's all right if somebody treats you like shit, as long as it's worth the money. As long as you're getting paid, you can buy your way to happiness. Millionaires commit suicide every day. Just take note of that. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And listen, if money is your thing, then I suggest that you really just keep it on the pimps and hoes side of things, because that's the only thing that's going to really support you. You know, you've already taken your feelings out of it, even though they're not really going to be out of it. But you've basically sold your soul to the devil. You know, other than that, there's no such thing as an upgrade except for in here. You know, what's in your heart. If somebody makes you feel better than somebody else did, then that is an upgrade. It doesn't matter how much money they have. Love will make you go out and make some money for somebody. That's how love, true love, works. So don't let society out here dictate to you what you should be doing. Good. Oh, something I said last night is no longer ago. Listen, there will be a mind right, body better exercise program, fitness program event this Saturday, 10 o'clock, 400 East Ontario Street, the corner of D Street and Ontario Street at the McVeigh Recreation Center. I'm still going fishing and all of that, but we're going to have a replacement. You know what I'm saying? So the class will be in effect, and I think y'all really enjoy this. You know, I mean, I'm going fishing though. So, but I still want y'all to come out. It's going to be a good thing. So, McVeigh Recreation Center this Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. D Street and Ontario Street, 400 East Ontario Street. The McVeigh Recreation Center. Make sure y'all come out for the Mind Right, Body Better exercise fitness program. Alright, man. Urban Therapy with Son, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Urban Therapy with Son. Son 75. Oh, hold on. This is my joint right here. This is boom boom. Yeah. So, Urban Therapy with Son. The hood is our health, baby. The hood is our health. That's why I talk to y'all about this stuff, man, because the hood is our health. We gotta fix this thing. We gotta get all this right. Head to toe, we gotta get all right. Alright? Daily Go Get It, Mr. Stella. Holla at y'all.